So hello everybody and welcome to today's video. Today my friends, I'm very happy to be here to present you another Power of Exile video, and today it is a time for a new build guide. And today I'm gonna present you my Necromancer Syndicate Operative build. First off, it is a budget build. It's the first time I think that maybe I'm gonna do two build guides about one single build. Why? Because I was doing this one, and with a few acts, you will see 5 to 6 acts is what I have invested into this build that you will see, and I can barely do everything. Okay, I can do everything, and I was like, okay, let's do one video of a budget version of it so that everybody can really copy it as they please. And then I am later on maybe gonna put the link to the POE of the min-maxed version, or what I have done with it, or I'm gonna do a new short video showing the changes that I have made to this actual budget version that you will see today. So first off, thank you so much, Nephilium, one of our viewers. As always, he is our build maker that made possible. I mean, I'm copying every time his ideas. So thank you so much, Nephilium, to share this build with us. And yeah, I mean, I'm very hyped today to show you this build guide, because it's a really nice build, and I'm pretty sure that you have seen it all over the internet. Yes, but this is a different build, and you will see why. So we are gonna start with the pros and the cons, then we are gonna go to the skill gems, then we are passing over to the gear and the flasks, then the skill tree and remainings, then I'm gonna talk about how I play it, and at the end, a tier 16, not juiced at all. That means a normal version of a tier 16, so that you can see how it behaves. So my friends, let's not talk too much and let's go for the video. Let's go for the pros and the cons. So my friends, let's start with the pros. The first pro, it is a very cheap build. I have invested 5 to 6 acts to make this build, the whole build, with the jewels, everything. Okay, maybe at the start of the league, if you really want to start with it, or at the beginning, you will have to invest a few acts more, maybe up to 9 acts or so, because the unique items will be a bit more expensive, but still a cheap build to make, really. Then it can do anything. I mean, I did Sirius Deathless, I did Katarina Deathless, I do tier 16 maps, really juiced and stuff. Really, it is amazing to play. And there we go for the next pro. I mean, it has a great clear, it feels really amazing. It is like an auto bomber. You just run through maps, you don't need to do anything. Your minions are killing everything, so it's, for me, in my opinion, really nice to play. Then the last pro, it has a good boss damage, really. We can't complain. I mean, we are killing bosses in seconds, almost insta-facing, you will see. Then we are gonna go over to the cons. The first con, it is the biggest one. It is a squishy or rippy build. Why? Because we have to pay attention if something hits. Okay, we are taunting our enemies with our minions and stuff, but if you play defensive, that means if you let your minions go up front and you don't face tank stuff, or you play from a bit of distance, then you are good to go. But most of people, they get a bit greedy, just like me, and sometimes we go just into the minions, and it's a bit rippy. I mean, every really explosion or so could really kill us. Okay, then the last thing, it can do elemental reflection. Why? Because our minions are doing pure cold damage, so we can do elemental reflection. So we are done with the pros and the cons, and we are gonna go for the skill gems. Let's go. So my friends, at the skill gems we are just gonna start with the main hand, and first off, I'm not gonna tell all the time, yeah, 2020, you know, level 20 quality. Obvious, it's better to have 21, 23 or so. I'm just gonna tell you where it's important to have a certain level. I mean, keep it low or have it high, okay? For the rest, you always know, okay, 21, 23, it is always better. So, summon skitter bots we are using here with Bone Shield and Flash Offering. Okay, then on the helmet we are using Ray Spectre. Here it's important to have it at level 21, okay, so they don't get killed. Then Feeding Frenzy with Vicious Projectiles and Greater Multiple Projectiles. Then on our shield we are using Hatred with Generosity and Enlighten, and here it's important to have Enlighten at level 3 at least because of the mana reservation. If you can afford a level 4, go for it, 100%, but on our budget version of this build it is more than enough. Then on our body armor we are using a 5 linked with 1 gem alone. The Animate Guardian we don't link it with anything, okay, and here it's important to have it at level 20. Okay, so buy one with level 20 already, and then we have Race Zombie, also here important to have it at level 20. Okay, multi-strike support with minion damage, Feeding Frenzy, and added cold damage. Okay, then we are gonna go to Herald of Purity on our ring. That gives us +2 to level of socketed gems. Now, there is the discussion. People are gonna say, or you are gonna say, hey, wait, yes, Herald of Purity, I mean, the bonuses, for example, the last line, minions deal 115% more physical damage. That doesn't apply to all of your minions. It's true. It only applies to the summoned Sentinels of Purity. But I can already tell you that those 4 Sentinels of Purity are gonna make a huge damage already. That's one bonus, but the biggest bonus, and that's why we are using the Herald of Purity, it's because of our clusters. Okay, so I'm going a bit into the future, into the next section, the gear and the flasks, but I have to talk about it. Okay, I mean, if you check the medium cluster jewels, for example, you see that we have the added passive skill, Cult Leader, and the Invigorating Portents. So let's check what does that give. We are using 4 exactly the same medium cluster jewels. So Cult Leader and this. And as you can see, they are not expensive, 8 chaos, 10 chaos, no problem, so 4 times that, and you have all of your medium cluster jewels. So Cult Leader gives us minions deal 35% increased damage while you are affected by a Herald. Then, Invigorating Portents, minions deal 20% increased damage while you are affected by Herald, and minions have 10% increased movement speed. So, if now we add everything, and we are using always one of this, okay, one added small passive skill, this bonus always, because we take one small passive. So, 10% plus 35 equals 45 plus 20, 65% more damage and 10% more movement. You multiply that by 4 and you can then calculate how much or a big of an impact that makes to the damage of our minions. And that's why we are using Herald of Purity. Also, for example, yeah, no, that was what I wanted to say, sorry. So now you know why we are using Herald of Purity. Then on the other side we are using Summon Carrion Golem. Okay, important to have it at level 20 so it doesn't get killed so often. Okay, then on our pair of gloves, important, keep it like this. Okay, we need 4 green sockets. Why? Because of the mods of this unique pair of gloves. Where is it? It is the 3rd line. Minions convert 25% of physical damage to cold damage per green socket. Very important, my friends. Okay, very important. So keep those 4 greens, okay, where we use Desecrate and Dash and Haste and our portal. That's it. Okay, wall haste. Okay, because we are not using the normal haste, but the wall haste, what is a nice bonus too. So, and then on our pair of boots, we are using Stormbrand, level 1. You don't need more. Level 1 is okay. Keep it like that because of the mana. Hex Touch, Elemental Weakness, very nice, and Frostbite. Okay, my friends. Yes, that was it with the skill gems, and now we are gonna go for the gear and the flask. Let's go. So at the gear section, we are starting then again with the main weapon. We are using a wand, okay, where we have the minions deal increased damage, then minions have increased attack speed and cast speed, what is very important, and trigger a socketed spell when you use a skill with an 8-second cooldown and 150% more cost. Very important to have this, my friends, on your main weapon. First off, I'm already gonna tell you, pay attention that any of your items that you buy, that they don't have cold damage to spells. Okay, because you don't want that your, for example, your Stormbrand makes cold damage. It has to be fire or lightning, or fire, lightning, or physical, or whatever you want, but never cold damage. Why? Because first off, your minions do only cold damage. Okay, it's all converted because of our pair of gloves, and we are using elemental equilibrium. So if you hit the monsters with cold damage, then they get 25% more resistance to that. You don't want that. So you want to hit it with anything else than cold damage, so that they get minus 50% resistance to the other elements. That means to cold damage. Okay, so you hit it with fire, whatever, and so they get lesser resistance to cold, and your minions can do the rest. Okay, so yeah, that's what you're looking for on your wand, what I said. Then on our helmet, we have +3 to level of socketed minion gems. That's the most important. That is important, and socketed gems are supported by level 20 of hypothermia. Those are the 2 mods that you need on your helmet. Then the rest, yeah, resistance and life if you can afford. Okay, so you can see I have here a helmet already on my inventory. There we go already into the direction of the min-maxed or the more expensive version of this build. I'm just showing you, okay, what you are aiming for. A bone helmet, okay, because of the implicit increased damage, then +3 to level of minion gems, then hypothermia, then socketed gems are supported by level 16 minion damage or more, 20 even better. Then we have some life, some fire resistance, and on top of that I have minions have increased maximum life. This is a nice helmet. There are a lot of more, but the thing is, for this helmet, a couple of chaos. For this helmet I have invested, I think, if I remember, I have bought it for 7x, 7 or 8, something like that. Okay, so you see already only this helmet is as expensive as the whole build. Okay, then we have on our as our shield, we are using a Victorious Charity laminated kite shield. Okay, then on our amulet we are using our implicit Grave Pact. That's the first thing, and we are then using like an amulet that has +1 to level of all intelligence skill gems. That's very important, and then resistance, maximum life, whatever you can afford. Then on one of our rings, resistance as much as we can, but it has to be unsettling with life, and the most important, +2 to level of socketed gems because of our Herald of Purity, so our sentinels are even stronger. Then on the other side we have our unsettling Another one with a lot of resistance and maximum life, because we have to cap our resistances. Then our body armor +1 to maximum number of specs, that's the most important, and then the rest that you can use. Life, resistance, this one I have bought it, I think for 20 chaos or not even. Okay, there are much better ones, but that's for our other version. Then on our pair of gloves, it's the Triad Grip Mesh gloves, okay, because of the conversion of physical damage to cold, okay. Then our Stampedes, we are always using Stampedes with the implicit, or the anointment, sorry, Whispers of Doom. Those are, it should be 3 golden oils, a bit expensive, okay, but Stampedes are OP. Where we use as our belt, the Darkness Enthroned Stygian Wise, okay, with a Ghastly Eye Jewel, where we have life, minions deal additional physical damage or cold damage. It's whatever you find, it converts anyway, so physical or cold, okay, because we convert the physical to cold, and if we have cold, it's already good. And very important to have minions have plus 240. It has to be over 240, and we are tripling that, okay, or we are increasing the effect of the socketed jewels by 75%, so at least 240, it's mandatory, okay. Then on the other side we have again life, we have the attributes, and additional cold damage, whatever you can afford is just fine, okay. And then we have the hinder enemies, but that's a little bonus that we are using, but not very important, okay. And yes, then as our flasks, we are using a granite flask, whatever you can take. I mean, I'm playing with a granite flask and a quartz flask. It's not very important which one you take of those two. Then I have 2 life flasks, okay. One that removes curse, the other grants immunity to chill and freeze. That's very important, okay. As soon as you see you get stunned because of freezing or so, you can click on that and then you grant immunity to it. And then, and that's a little secret, this Elixir of the Unbroken Circle is OP, okay. It is gaining on price, okay. Grab it. At the moment it's 15 chaos or so, 15 to 20 chaos. Grab it. Really OP flask. Let's hope that GGG doesn't see it, okay. And very nice. Then, my friends, I have to do something. I'm gonna show you what we have on our Animate Guardian, okay. I forgot. I'm just gonna start the path of building very quick, import, and I'm gonna show you what we have on our Animate Guardian, the items that it's on it, okay. So here it is, items, manage, and there it is. Thank you, Nephilim, also for that. So as our weapon number 1, we have the Kingmaker, okay, the Kingmaker Despot axe, it's a must. Then helmet, we are gonna buy the Mask of the Stitched Demon Magistrate crown. Then as body armor, most important, a lot of life and chaos resistance, okay, those 2 things, and gain 10% of maximum life as extra maximum energy shield. Very important, okay. Those 3 things, you need it, okay. Those mods that you see there, you need them for your Animate Guardian, okay. Then our gauntlets, you need fire, cold, and chaos resistance, at least 30%, okay. Go for it. And the greaves, or the pair of boots, we want increased movement speed, Chaos resistance, lightning and cold. That's all we need. 30% on those three. As you can see, chaos resistance on all of the three because it's very important. Okay, so those are the items that we are using on our animate guardian. Okay, that was it, and we are gonna go now for the skill tree and the remainings. Let's go. So my friends, we are then gonna talk now about the skill tree and the remainings. I mean, the skill tree, I'm not gonna talk too much about it. I mean, you can just copy it on your POB, but I have to say the unending hunger, very important. Okay, that's one, if not the most expensive item on our budget build. Okay, it should be 1.5 to 2x. Okay, that's almost half of our budget. Then we have a conqueror's efficiency. Okay, here. Then cluster jewels, very simple, because we are using twice the same large cluster jewel. That means with the passive or the enchantment of minions deal increased damage. And then we have feasting fiends and vicious bite. That means we have it twice. The same large cluster jewel and then 4 of the same medium cluster jewels. Okay, I'm not gonna talk about it again. We did it already once. Okay, but it's the enchantment of increased damage while you are affected by heralds, 10%. And then we have cult leader and invigorating portents. Very important. Buy 4 of them and you're good to go. Then on one side, it's very important that you have one jewel like this. Okay, life, resistance, whatever you can use, but the reservation of skills, very, very important. You need one at least, because you will see you will otherwise get a bit short on mana to use any other of the skills while you're mapping. Okay, very, very important. That. And then another jewel with maximum life, maximum mana, and strength and intelligence, whatever you can use. Okay, then we are using 2 small cluster jewels. Okay, with surging vitality two times. Okay, because you can see surging vitality is amazing. Increase maximum life 8%. Okay, and then the regeneration and stuff. Okay, so this is what we are using as cluster jewels. Then on the Ghastly we are using here eye jewel with life, very important, very important. We need taunt and blind. I have put it here and not on our belt, because our belt gives us 75% more effect of socketed jewels. I didn't want it there. I wanted there the damage, and in the skill tree it's pretty fine to have only 4% taunt and 4% of blind. Normally they are all the time getting taunted and blind because yeah, your minions attack so fast and there are so many. Okay, and then physical damage or cold damage, it doesn't matter. And life, always go for 35 life at least if you can afford it. Okay, and I think now we have talked about all of the jewels. Yes, it is. Okay, and then the Pantheon. The Pantheon Brand King is a must. The reduced effect of chill on you, 50%, is amazing. You cannot be frozen if you have been frozen recently. It's the main reason that you die if you don't have that, and any other is also fine. And then as the minor god, sorry, I'm using Grootghoul. Go for whatever you want. Okay, it doesn't matter which one you take. I took this one because yeah, I mean, it's for me the best, but any other also fits, whatever. So, and now we are done with that, with this section, and now we are going to talk about how I play it. Let's go. So my friends, and now how I play it. Now this section is very important to listen carefully. Okay, the first 3 things I do, those are the most important, the simplest. Okay, summon Skitterbots, Herald of Purity, Hatred. Those are the 3 things that we are then we are activating first off. Then always keep an eye here. We need 8 zombies. So it's simple to raise zombies. You need corpses. If you are doing that in your hideout, you click on Desecrate and then you spam your W and you are always like getting a zombie. Okay, that's the first thing. Then our Carrion Golem, also the same. You go here, summon Carrion Golem, and that's it. That's the one that we have. Okay, then Spectres. Okay, Spectres, and that's the most important about this build. We need Syndicate Operative corpses. Okay, how do you know when it's Syndicate Operatives? You go over the corpses, you hold A, you see them, and then you click on your Spectre. Okay, and then you spawn it like this. Okay, where do you get the Syndicate Operatives? I mean, many people like say, yeah, you can get it everywhere when you see a syndicate encounter on map. Yes, you can, because you can see here on Power of Exile wiki, and I'm gonna also put this into the link of or in the video description, this link. Syndicate Operative is a type of monster only found in Syndicate Hideout Research, and that's where we are gonna go and get our Syndicate Operatives. It's in the Syndicate Hideout Research. So whenever we are gonna go for the research, like this, the research should be here. When we encounter that, that's where we are gonna go and get our corpses. But there you have to be very fast. You go in, you kill, and you have to hold A and see if you find it, because those corpses, they vanish after 3 seconds. And then you click on Spectre. If you have one, it's pretty fine. You can come back to your hideout and then you spam Desecrate until you find it, and then you spawn the last 5. When you have done that, you have them all the time on your hideout. It's very, very important, okay? And never log out without your syndicate, okay? Without your specters. Always keep an eye here if you log out that you have some specters spawned, because if not, you come back and your Desecrate doesn't give you anymore the syndicate operatives as corpses, okay? Very, very important, okay? But I'm not gonna talk too much about it, okay? You can also go to global channel 6666 4x6, and normally there are people, they let you go to their hideout, spawn Desecrate, and take those specters of those syndicate operatives. But if you want a video, a guide about it, how to do it, let me know, and I'm gonna do a video only about that, okay? So that's the next thing. And then our Animate Guardian. Our Animate Guardian, as you know, Animate Guardian, when you first spot it, your Animate Guardian has nothing. It's this guy. This guy here. You see, he is like, he's a bit fancy with all the colors, but this is the items that we have given him, okay? So the first time we spawn, he is gonna take the items that he finds, okay? The helmet, the weapon, the body armor, the pair of gloves, and pair of boots. Those are the 5 items that he is gonna equip, okay? The ones that I have talked before, here it is, okay? Those 5 here. So that's very important. You buy the Kingmakers, the Mask of Stitch, and those 3 items that you want to equip him. You go to the safest version place is the menagerie. You drop those 5 items on the ground. You summon your Animate Guardian. He is gonna equip it, and that's it. You don't need to pay attention, but you have still to pay attention, because if the Animate Guardian gets killed, the items are gone. You need to re-equip, so pay attention. And the thing that you have to pay attention the most is when you encounter the Hunter, a Conqueror, okay? This is the most important. Why? Because if you don't have enough damage and the Conqueror spawns the green pool in the middle, Okay, that means it makes chaos damage. Okay, the thing is, very often it's gonna be in the middle, the boss, and your animate guardian is gonna follow it, and you risk that it get killed. Okay, because the minions, you have to always keep in mind, it's they are not very clever. I don't want to talk badly now about them, but they're not clever. They're just following the monsters. They don't care. Even if it's on the fire, let's go. I'm gonna burn myself down until death for my boss. That's you. Okay. That means if you encounter this green one and you don't have the damage to insta kill him before he does the pull, take the animate guardian out. Okay, you take it out, you put the gem into your inventory, and that's it. Don't risk to kill it. Okay, so we have talked about that, and then yes, how do I play it? It's very simple actually. I just run through the map. Whenever I go to the boss, very important, I click on Desecrate, and then after a second on Stormbrand. Why? Then we have the flash offering. First of all, Stormbrand puts curses on the boss. That's already very nice. And secondly, we have our flash offering then activated. The flash offering is the red ghost over our head. We want it all the time activated, and it's very simple if you do it fast. I mean, these corpses are gonna fall down everywhere. If you do it right, your minions go... Oh, sorry, yeah. No, stop your streaming. No, I'm doing a video. Sorry, I forgot to put the D&D. Yes, what was I saying? Yeah, the flash offering, if you're doing it right, your minions go up front, killing everything, you're following. Every skill that you use, the bone armor or dash or whatever is gonna near a corpse is gonna activate your flash offering. So you don't need to pay really attention to that, okay? The most important is at the boss, because normally the boss is alone and you need corpses. So Desecrate, and then you click on Stormbrand. Okay, that's a way to do it. You can also click on Desecrate and dash through it. You're gonna then activate a bone, a flash offering, sorry. So yes, I mean, that's it. I mean, the bone armor on our left click, our dash on the right click. I mean, you see it here, how I'm playing it. And then I have a wall haste here. That's an amazing little bonus, okay? Whenever it's activated, I need that extra damage, okay? I can give increase attack speed and increase damage to our minions for free. So that was it with how I play it, and now let's go for the gameplay for the last section. Let's go. So and now we are going for the best section, the last section, and the gameplay section. For that we are then gonna just use our tier 16 Vault map. That's it, without any juice or a bit of sextons on it, but shouldn't be any problem. Okay, let's go, and I'm gonna show you how this budget version of this build behaves. Okay, so we are running through. I let my monsters go up front. I just run. Sometimes I click on if I need that extra damage Stormbrand, but you can see it is just amazing to play. It does nice damage. It's tier 16, don't forget. Okay, just keep a bit of distance, play it safely, don't be greedy, and you should be fine. Okay, as you can see, the flash offering, we try to have it activated all the time. It's a bit rippy, as I said, but try to avoid everything what you should be able to do easily. Okay, I'm just gonna go. I'm showing you the gameplay. I don't want now to choose my stuff here, and so I just want to try to go to the boss so that you can see how the boss damage is also. So always Desecrate or put your Stormbrand on big pacts or tanky monsters. your flash offering, you can see it's always activated. You don't really need to pay attention to it. It's locked still. Yes, this wasn't the best map to choose to show you a bit of gameplay, to be honest. It's a bit of a long one, but hey, I mean, I think this should be it, right? Yeah, I think this was the last lever. Should be. So, as you can see, the clearing is pretty much nice, really. You just need to pay a bit of attention to attacks of the monsters and stuff, but let your monsters go up front, as I said, and you should be more than fine. Look, they kill everything. Budget version. With the helmet that I have on my inventory, it's already a big difference. You saw, I clicked on Desecrate, then Stormbrand on the boss, and then I used my wall haste. You saw how fast the tier 16 boss went down, really without any problems. So my friends, that was it for this build guide. I hope it was enjoyable. I hope I helped you. Don't forget that I am gonna put the links, the POE link and the Syndicate Operative link under the description. If you have any questions, any remarks, any comments to do, please do so. I always respond. Sometimes it needs a few minutes, sometimes a few days, whenever I see them. And for the rest, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more videos. And yeah, enjoy this build, and I hope you're gonna copy it and let me know if it works for you. So thank you so much for watching. Have a nice day, nice night, and see us on the next video or on the next stream on Twitch. Bye bye, my friends. Love ya. Bye.